Previously on... me. Bandana guy beat up a pensioner to get his hands on a PS5. Sounds like something he'd do. Do you want to know what the kicker is, though? The nutter went and blamed it on me! So the next thing you know, after I finished that really cool Oddworld Soulstorm review, which you can watch up there if you haven't already, please and thanking you, I'm not subtle, I'm aware, shut up. My house ended up getting a visit from the police. And now... well, just see for yourself. You're right there, lads. Dan here. Welcome back. Don't worry about it. It's just been a pretty rough however long it's been since you last saw me. You know, Bandana Guy's on his usual antics, it backfires onto me, and then... well, you can probably tell how our chat with the feds went, can't you? But you know what? I just need to get my mind off it, so, well, let's keep chugging ahead, shall we? Let's find another game, talk about another game, and hopefully forget about all this. So, join me. Join me at the shelves. Right then, so... I think I've had enough mindless slaughter for at least the rest of this episode. So, let's talk about a fairly tame game. The Mortal Kombat reboot. Nope! I mean, alright then, I suppose it's been a while since we talked about a not-so-great game on the channel, so... how about Shadow? Come on, I just gotta think of a game, or hell, a type of game which doesn't have combat as its main centre. No. No, I've got nothing. Just give me a second, I'm gonna go get rid of this. Hey! I know! Rhythm games! When people tell you to name a video game genre, what are usually the first ones that come to mind? Yeah, platformers, first and third person shooters, and RPGs, right? Right. The rhythm game isn't something that immediately springs to mind when you think video game, especially nowadays, but hell, a few years back, people were singing quite a different tune. The PS1, for instance, had a fair amount of decent rhythm games under its belt, things like Vib Ribbon, Unjamalami, and of course, who could forget the classic that was Parappa the Rapper. I gotta believe! The gameplay in these sorts of games is pretty simple. You have a song playing at you, and you gotta hit buttons in time with the music. Where in Parappa's case, someone raps something at you, and you gotta rap it back. Keep this in mind, okay? We'll get back to it soon enough. Shh. I'm not saying rhythm games as a genre are dead, no. They're still going pretty strong today with your Dance Dance Revolutions, your Guitar Heroes, and your Persona, for some reason. It's just sort of blended into the background almost. That is, until late 2020 when a brand new rhythm game was released on Newgrounds. This game is called Friday Night Funkin', and it takes elements from DDR, Parappa the Rapper, and my god, the mid-2000s. I mean, look at it, it bloody reeks of 2007. This game has taken the internet firmly by the sack over the last couple of months. And if you've been anywhere near any form of social media recently, the chances are you've seen at least one thing about this game, and if you haven't, well, welcome to the internet, my friend. It's a wonderful place. Oh, you still can. Hell, it got so popular that recently there was even a Kickstarter for a complete retail version of the game, very appropriately titled The Full Ass Game. I actually put a bit of money on my own towards it, so you can probably tell my opinions in this game already. We haven't even started yet. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. So shut up and listen. But with that being said, I just want to go ahead and preface real quick that this is not a finished game. It's still getting updates with new story elements, new characters, new music, you know, the whole lot. So don't treat this video as a full review of Friday Night Funkin' because, well, that's not what it is. When the full Kickstarter version comes out, I may make a follow-up video to it, and that will be the full thing, if you get what I'm trying to say. So treat this video as more of an impressions video of my experiences and what we've got to play with right now. So yeah. Let's begin. So then, normally right now I talk about the story of the game, but the thing is, the game doesn't really have one. At least not at face value, so I took the liberty of creating my own. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DJBDAN158's interpretation of the Friday Night Funkin' story. Let's begin. Once upon a time on October 21st, 2000 and something, there was a little man with blue hair who goes, "And here is a woman." She is a woman. She sits on top of a boombox because God forbid she uses her legs to move around. And here is evil demon Purple Man, who happens to be woman's dad. Oh no. He's not very happy with our blue-haired hero because, I don't know, protective father, I suppose. So he challenges him to a rap battle because what else are they supposed to do? After beating Purple Man, who, dare I say, has the gnarliest chest hair I've ever seen, as well as other surfaces, he turns to Blue Hair and he goes,
"Well, I didn't want to be here anyway, you're smelly."
And he leaves. Next thing you know, he sends a bunch of blokes after Blue Hair to rap battle him, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is my interpretation of the Friday Night Funkin' story. Hope you enjoyed. So you spend your time in this game progressing through the different levels, like in every other game in existence. I don't know why I worded it like that. Each level having different people to lay down some beats with, and as of right now, there are 7 different levels, or weeks as this game calls them, each containing 3 songs, ascending in difficulty. Remember when I told you to keep the back and forth gameplay of Parappa the Rapper in mind? Yeah, because that's practically how this game plays. Whilst playing this game, you only need to use the 4 arrow keys on your keyboard, or you only need to use the WASD keys if you really want to. It just depends on what you prefer. In concept, the gameplay is as simple as can bloody be. You start off each level, the song begins, and it mostly just leaves you and your opponent to awkwardly bop your head to the music for up to 15 bloody seconds. After this, the song begins, and off you go, you plonker. And it usually starts off with your opponent laying down some beats, or rather, judging by how they handle the voices in this game, they lay down some beeps. Ah! Ha! Oh, you're a funny one, you, mate. You repeat what's just been done, and it just goes back and forth from there, really. Sometimes you harmonize with your opponent, and sometimes, just sometimes, once in a blue moon on Friday the 13th on a leap year, upon locating a 4-leaf clover, our mate over here comes up with some bars of his own, and we're all very proud of him. Well done. As for how you play, well, you just hit the arrows as soon as they hit the top of the screen, really. Sometimes you need to hold them down for a little while, or hit 2 at once, and, well, that's it. As for this bar at the bottom of the screen, the green side is your health, so don't mess up your button presses too much or else you'll die and have to restart the song from the beginning. Are those his bollock? But you know what? For as simple as the gameplay is, the game is just overflowing with charm from every conceivable orifice, and that, alongside the music, is just what makes it so much fun. Yeah, this game's really good. I like it. You know what? Now that we got all the general stuff out of the way with, I think the best way to give my impressions of this game is by going through this game week by week and showing off what each week has to offer. So yeah. Let's get started. Alright, so you boot up the game and you head into the tutorial, which is a nice, short and easy song made to show you the ropes of the game. Even on hard difficulty, oh. After that, you get into the proper thick of the game, and your first opponent is none other than our old mate, Evil Demon Purple Man, or as this game calls him, Daddy Dearest. For Christ's sake, any intimidation factor this bloke had is now choked in his own vomit and died. Once again, he's not too difficult. His 3 songs are pretty easy. Fair enough. Week 2 completely flips the bill and puts us in a haunted house setting without so much as an explanation of how we got there in the first place. And our opponents this time, yes, I said opponents, are these bloke named Skid and Pump, who are actually voiced by bloody Signor Pello of all people. Alright, so admittedly, the songs of these guys aren't too bad, but it just took me a little while to warm to them. But on the bright side, they have a pretty decent difficulty spike, particularly by song 2. I had to properly focus to get some of the faster moving clumps of notes. It was much appreciated. So the thing is with this week is that I originally only had 2 songs, while the rest of the game's weeks had 3. That is until fairly recently, when they added a 3rd song to the mix to bring it up to scratch with the rest of the game. So, well, let's give it a look and see if it's any better. Can you just give me a second? What? What in the ever-loving mother of piss stick is that? Hell, it's a demon. It's a lemon demon. What? So this delightful gentleman here is called the Monster. And he looks like my nan. He's got the squiggly black body, a lemon for a head, and for whatever reason, he literally has more teeth than face. And we're gonna rap battle him, instead of smacking him in the chops with the nearest Bible. Now, the catch with this bloke, apart from his face, is that he is the only character in this game, apart from the tutorial, I suppose, who raps at you in full English sentences. And my God, he has a lot to say. I have literally no words to describe it. Just have a listen for yourself.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna eat your girlfriend. Hands are gonna sit by so kill your skin off. And then I'm gonna tear your eyes out.
Yep, he's just stood there with his knobbly knees, singing happily about dismembering, then scranning the lot of you, while you're just happily beeping and bopping away like you have no idea what he's saying, and the girlfriend is sat there bopping her head, loving every second of it. I'm gonna move on now. Week 3 is up against former Newgrounds mascot, Pico. Yes. Pico's Skull Pico. I mean, fair enough. And I admit, this one's pretty cool. He's got the heavy bass gangster aesthetic in his music. He's making me a bit uncomfortable with that gun. Aren't you going to use it? I happen to know a certain citrus man who could use a few holes. But either way, it's good to see him. Now, sod off. Week 4's opponent is the girlfriend's mother, and this week bloody kicks the difficulty rating out of the ballpark with how quick notes are flung at you, and my god, I'm surprised I was able to keep up half the time. I started this game off being relatively comfortable with the speed of the notes, even on hard difficulty, being somewhat challenged but still finding it fair. But this week makes me feel like my hands are gonna rot and fall off. Worth it. Oh yeah, and for the record, the final song for this week, which has a name I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, has one of the hardest bass drops in any video game I have ever played. Week 5 is against... oh, them. Well, they're back, I suppose. Didn't we just beat you? And what's more, this week is holiday themed. Merry Crisps, everyone. Yeah, the themes, the settings, and of course the songs are all very merry and festive, as merry as you can be when your dad's holding Santa up at gunpoint. Hey, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good about this week, so let's move on to the final song and take a look.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yep, he's back! Oh joy! Guess what? He's still here singing about brutally dismembering you and eating your girlfriend, but now it's in the form of a happy little Christmas carol. Sing along if you know the words.
Your skin is freezing. Here, let me help you take it off. Soak your hands in freezing water. Watching as the skin gets softer. Separate you from your eyes. To go from inside out. Burn her fingernails.
But I don't think he has any right to say things like that, because when he does a down note, he looks like he's discovered he doesn't have a wang. So if you excuse me, I'ma just move on and forget this heathen exists.
Don't make me get the squeezer out!
Bloody hell, we're almost there. Week 6, I mean... look at it, it just sort of speaks for itself, doesn't it? It puts us up against generic anime protagonist number 27, and I mean, just look around. The visuals and even the vocals are crushed down to 16-bit.
My god, how bloody cute is that?
And what's this? Cutscenes? Cutscenes! We have cutscenes, everyone! Oh boy, watch out, Chief. This bloke's coming after your girl. And now that people have decided to start communicating in this world, you can finally tell him to go f*** himself, right? Beat Bo Bop? Oh, shut up, it's funny. Alright, so we beat him and then he... well, he does that, I suppose. Alright then, so now we get our first snippet of story from this Spectre bloke. 45 pissing minutes in. And it turns out that this Spectre was trapped inside Anime Man's body by evil demon Purple Man, and yes, as I predicted, everyone else was sent after you by him. Who would have guessed? It's not much, but it's nice to have some kind of plot slowly developing. Good stuff. And last but not least, week 7 puts us up against the current Newgrounds mascot, Tankman.
Oh, well, what do we got here?
Whoa, hang on a minute. Where'd the voice acting come from? So I suppose we got that now. It doesn't really matter because, my god, this is probably the best week in the game when it comes to music. Every song here bloody slaps. So the story of this week is, Tankman is bored, you just happen to be there, rap, yeah that's it. After a while he'll get bored of you as well and go to kill your girlfriend for shits and giggles, only for bloody Pico to jump in at the last second, so I guess he's on our side now. And I mean, he's finally figured out how to use his guns, so I suppose that's a good thing, right? But yeah, as of right now, that's all we got to play around with. And if the rest of the game is anything like this, we've got a hell of a game to look forward to in the future. This is brilliant. So yeah, that's really it. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the near future. So I should probably go check up on Bandana Guy, see if he's sorted our little problem. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Right, okay, then let's see the damage.
Oi mate, you right?
Yeah, I'm alright. I just remember leaving this place a bit, bloody.
Yeah, I understand that you were a bit on edge when you went up, but it's fine. I mean, I fixed it myself. It's not the first time I've done something like this.
Yeah, I bet you did, Chief. What?
I mean, just look around, like it's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah? Lost the hate to admit. Didn't do half bad, Bandana Guy. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now let's never speak of this again.
Roger that, mate.
You're holding a...
What? Oh, Jesus!
Anyway, what's up? It looks like you're in the middle of something?
Right, listen, I thought I'd take your advice to heart and try and get some money of my own coming in, alright? So, I thought I'd take the liberty of trying to become the next big rap sensation.
Alright then, Chief.
I mean, I do need your help.
Yeah, I bet you... hang on a minute, how did I get this?
Don't worry about it, mate. Just play along.
Oh, hang on a minute, I didn't agree to this.
God's sake, mate, just go along with it.
3, 2, 1,
What?